did hear a juicy story in our pre-production meeting. Somebody gets hurt, car accident or something like that, and they're like, we gotta thrust somebody into this. And it ends up being you that goes on the station, and they're like, you were so great that they made you a mainstay on the show. Is there truth and validity to that?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of truth. So it was just the guy had a cold. Car wreck sounds better though. I had worked construction down in Columbus, Georgia. Like I would listen to Colin Cowherd's show every day. And I'm telling myself, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I'm also telling myself, I've got no way in. I've got no way in. I've got no way in. So I figured out, I was driving in my truck like an hour and a half every day. So I decided the way I'm going to take back some of my time is I'm going to mute the radio and I'm just going to simulate sports talk radio. So I just talk to my steering wheel. Like I would turn on the radio, Cowherd brings a segment in from break, mute it, I take over for him. And I had thousands upon thousands of hours over 2 or 3 years of doing that, to where I begged that radio producer, could you let me come in and observe? Finally, he lets me come in. So I sat in that studio like 2 months, and one day, car crash, AKA dude gets sick. 5 minutes before airtime, he has no advance warning. He says, do you just want to hop on air today? It was the middle of college football season in the South. It was an afternoon drive, caller-based talk show. So I hopped on, just killed it. And the dude thought I had been doing it for a long time. After the show, he was like, where did you say you've worked before? And I said, well, I've actually never been on air before. However, I kind of do a version of this every day in my truck, like a psychopath. And then you fast forward 2 years, and that's when that news station GM hit me up. So then I go work local TV, and then I start getting towards the end of a contract. So I let my contract run to the last day, and they sit me down and they said, we've been calling your bluff. Like, you've been saying you're going to let your contract run out. We just thought you were BSing us for more money, which we don't have. What are you going to do? You're really going to leave? I said, yeah, I'm going to leave. They said, what are you going to do? I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And they just laughed. They said, you can't monetize that. How are you going to make money? Because no one was monetizing YouTube at the time. And I said, well, I think the industry is about to change pretty quickly. Like, it's very obvious where viewership trends are going. Ad dollars will follow that. They didn't buy it. So I negotiated to stay with them as a 1099 independent contractor, making like fractions of what I was making. And I was already making nothing. But the trade-off I negotiated was give me the studio 3 nights a week to do my own show out of. And we agreed on that. So we launched the YouTube channel, and we were doing a college football show. That's it right there. That's like a first version of it. 3 nights a week out of the news station. And it blew up. And in 2 years, CBS called.